Hello there, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Pokemon Swish Draft League. Alright, let's get this back up a tiny bit here. There we go. Alright, anyway, Week 5 upon us. The standings are very close, as you can see. Even the teams that are at the bottom are not far off from being in the playoff race. So, we've got quite the second half of the season here ready to go. Really, 2/3 of the season to go. Either way, let's get our first matchup of the day ready. Our first matchup is the Farfetch'd Gardening Club against the Great Garchomp. These two teams both could use a win badly. Again, early enough in the season that whoever loses is not going to be down for the count or anything crazy like that. But the winner is going to... Whoever gets the win is going to go a long way in... Like, the win is going to go a long way in fixing a lot of problems. Like, if Great Garchomp wins, they're suddenly back to 2-2 and right in the mix for everything. If Farfetch'd Gardening Club wins, they've got a win, and now they're suddenly just a win or two away from being in the mix for everything. So, whoever loses will only be a couple games out from having a shot at the playoffs, so they're not going to be in a terrible spot. But whoever wins is going to be in the better spot. I mean, long story short. So let's see how this goes. Alright, just waiting for the other player to... I feel like we do this every week. We've got a delay in trying to get everyone on the same page here. Yep, we want that. And there we go. Okay, we're just going to get our team selected. I am going to have to change the music because we want something different this week. So, let's see. We did In the Fog. Let's do Rose Tower. I try to mix it up each week to try and get some of the other tracks their time in the spotlight. Alright, it's for some reason it's showing the CPU first again this week. I am the team on the left side here. I don't know why it's doing that, but alright. Let's see. From what we got here, it's Altaria and Hippowdon that's being covered by the logo here. What do I want to use against that? We don't really have any fire. I don't want to send Whiscash out first because then they're just going to levitate against me. Don't want to send Roserade out first because with my luck it'll be Cresselia. So we're looking at Gardevoir or Clefable. Although they don't want to see Scizor right away. I really hate to say it. I think we gotta go Combuskin. I know it's weak to Cresselia. But Clefable Calm Mining might be the only thing that could combat Cresselia's Calm Mining. So yeah. I'm not really sure what to do. Neither side gave me a... I mean, it wouldn't matter what the other side said anyway, but neither side gave me a lead that they wanted, so, yeah. Alright. They did lead with Cresselia, so yeah, I was going to be kind of in trouble no matter what. Clefable would have been the only remotely, close to right pick here. I think it's gonna Calm Mind, so I'm gonna risk it and go for one Shadow Claw. Just see what we get. Because this it almost never doesn't do Calm Mind first. Yeah, there we go. Alright, if we could get lucky and get a first turn critical hit, that would, kind of give us a chance. That definitely wasn't a first turn critical hit. We're in trouble. We are in trouble. I mean, we should be faster than it now. I'd like to keep Combuskin alive for Scizor, though, like, even though I let it. As far as Steelix goes... Well, no, we got Flamethrower on the Clefable. It wouldn't like Bullet Punch, though, but still, that's something. And we do have Fissure Shenanigans with Whiscash. You know what? We're going to try again. We gotta get some damage on this thing. Still faster. Despite our speed boost. Alright, it is upping its stats, which is not great for us, but that's also why I'm staying in, fishing for the critical hit. We are not getting it so far, though. Come on, give it to me. Give me that high critical hit rate chance. Darn it. Like, we're not going to beat it unless we can get some luck on our side. We need a critical hit. Or we need them to mess something up, like... This is why Cresselia is very hard to beat in this league. We're finally faster. No critical hit in 4 attempts. And there's going to be a Psychic that's going to wipe out Combuskin. If we had Unaware on Clefable, we'd have a shot here. So I think the goal is just try to whittle it down. Get some damage on it. We're going to go Gardevoir first. While Clefable's good, it's slow, so it's going to get hit for sure. I don't think we have any physical attackers left. Other than... Whiscash with Earthquake, and Whiscash can't hit it because of Levitate. So I think that this battle's already been determined just by the fact that we couldn't get a critical hit with the lineups that were giving me here. Alright, Cresselia. I was getting ready to say that Gardevoir took that hit like a champ, and then we get the attack drop, of course. That's really unfortunate. Let's see. I'm going to go Energy Ball, because it could drop its special defense at least. If we're not going to do anything, we might as well fish for the stat drop. Back to back on the special attack drop on the other end. We did not get the stat drop on our side. Alright, Cresselia is going to take out the Gardevoir. It does give me a little bit of renewed hope, though, with the fact that it didn't, like, immediately one-shot us. We're weak to Psychic, or I'd throw Roserade out there for Shadow Ball. If we can get this thing down low enough health-wise, we could try to have Roserade finish it off. But that's asking a lot right now. Interesting it went Moonblast instead of Psychic. I mean, it got a good hit out of it, but, like, still interesting. Man, it has landed that special attack drop often. Alright, well, that's going to make us neutral there, and it will up our special defense some. The problem is we don't have recovery like it does. Like I was just saying, we don't have recovery. Hey, we didn't get the special attack drop. Interesting how that works. I almost want to try Ice Beam just for the 10% chance to freeze. Clefable goes down to Psychic. This is not a great spot for us to be in. We just don't have anything for the Cresselia. Shadow Ball. Come on. Give me something. Give me a stat drop at least. Nope. Alrighty. All we can do is Surf or Blizzard. I'm going to go for Blizzard just because we need something miraculous to happen, like we need a freeze or something. Surf isn't going to get the job done. We gotta hope and pray. No freeze. Sounds about right. Alright, and the Great Garchomp get a sweep. Oh, that's the second sweep that has happened in the league this season. And that was just, that was simply just matchups. There wasn't anything that was brought that could handle Cresselia, and Cresselia ran away with it. That's not, like I said, not really a bad team picked or anything, just nothing to really deal with Cresselia. Alright, that's it for the first game. Here comes the second game. We got the Mystic Magikarp and Smooch 'em or Lose 'em. Let's hope this one's a little more entertaining. Oh boy. Alright, this is a battle between another one of our winless teams and the team that was our preseason number 2, if you go by my rankings. Let's see here. Wow. This may also be a sweep, like, just honestly speaking. I mean, all 5 of their Pokemon are weak to Lucario in one way or another. So, yeah. This one will probably also get ugly fast. Alright, they're leading with Smooch 'em. If we have a steel move, we just go with the steel move. Alright, we do have Meteor Mash. I actually would be, I'm curious to see how much Extreme Speed would do here, but I'm not going to throw the battle for that. There's Meteor Mash, that's definitely a dead Smooch 'em, yep. And we get the boost. We get the boost on the first Meteor Mash. Oh, this battle's going to be over now. I'm pretty sure about that. That boost pretty much seals it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. This one's over. We win now. Literally, from the first turn, we win now. Yeah. I don't care what they're sending out next. This is a Lucario sweep now. So we went from having only one sweep all season to we're going to have back-to-back sweeps to start week 5. These sweeps, while not super entertaining, they are important, though, because these will be massive point totals these teams can add to their point differential, which are the tiebreakers in our standings. Oh, we missed Meteor Mash. Okay. They get a chance to do something. Flamethrower. I was saying, unless it burned us, I wasn't really all that worried. I could have done Drain Punch. It's neutral. Alright, we take out the Jigglypuff there. I mean, it doesn't matter that Cute Charm, because the Jigglypuff's defeated. So, like, that was kind of stupid. Munchlax is the only one they had left, so yeah. Alright, we'll Drain Punch it and maybe finish the battle with full health. Yep. Alright, well, congrats to the Mystic Magikarp, improving to 3-1. I think Smooch or Merluzum, like, they have some pieces on their team that are good, but they really need to look, like, take a moment and, like, just assess what they've got and make a lineup based on what they've got. Knowing the person that owns this team, I feel like this lineup this week was kind of thrown together in about 10 seconds. And they performed like a lineup that was thrown together in 10 seconds. I don't mean that to be mean. It's just, you know, that's kind of what happened. All right. Matchup number 3. We get into the ones that should be closer now. We've got the undefeated, the lone unbeaten team left in the league, the 3-0 Shuckle Squad against Captain Spiro's crew. Now, I would favor Shuckle Squad, seeing as they are the lone unbeaten team. But you never know. Captain Spiro's crew is just good enough this season that they could pull a surprise. Again, I use the word surprise because it's not super likely, but they're just good enough you can't entirely rule them out. I was instructed by the owner, manager, whatever you want to call him, of this team to lead with the Rotom Mo. So we're going to lead with Mo Rotom and kind of see where it goes from there. I don't think that team has much that they can do. They do have... Lantern can absorb electric attacks, so they've kind of got a way to fight Zapdos. I think it also has Blizzard in turn, if I remember correctly. But I'm going to be interested to see what the computer will try to do against Rotom. Because it doesn't really have anything that's good against grass. Pelipper's neutral against grass, but it's also weak to electric. This is a tough one. Part of me wants to go Thunder right away just to one-shot it, but I feel like they're going to switch to Lantern. I'm going to Leaf Storm. Alright, it was not Lantern. They put Lombre out there. This will be a neutral hit still. And it's enough for a one-shot. Okay. I bet you Ludicolo survives that. Let's see here. What in the... I mean, they should just, like... I don't think they have anything that can beat them. I don't think they have anything that can beat the Mo Rotom. Because I honestly think, except Sharpedo, everything's slower. than Rotom, and obviously the Sharpedo doesn't have a whole lot it can do to it. So I think that this could be a third sweep. Let's see. They're going to go with the... They're going to protect. Because that's what Sharpedos always do. And like that's what the computer always does in this with Sharpedo. That's someone that had Sharpedo last year. So I'm a Nasty Claw. Get our attack back. Special attack back. Called that. Alright, so we're back to where we started attack-wise. We're going to Leaf Storm again just because, again, there's the threat of Lantern switching into the Thunder. Go Night Slash. So, gonna say, honestly, unless it gets a crit, like, that's not too threatening. Sharpedo goes down. I don't understand why this team is so reluctant to use Gyarados. Like, that was their #1 pick in the entire draft. And they just refused to use it for whatever reason. I don't quite understand why. Ah, there's the Lantern. I know we're at we have diminished attack right now, but it'll be super effective, so it'll be like a decent hit. Yep, that was decent. Alright, it's going for agility. I mean, we should be fine even if it does somehow get around Rotom. If it goes for Blizzard, it's 50% accurate in the rain. Lands first try, of course. I don't know why I even said anything. Okay. We survived. There's a second Leaf Storm, and Lantern is going to go down. I'll be honest, I'm kind of shocked that we got the knockout there with Leaf Storm being lessened and everything. That is one I did not expect. Alright, they're not setting up rain yet. They're going with Octillery. Interesting. I guess just stay in there. At this point, Leaf Storm again. Let's say, I know it's not going to do much, but we're just trying to get damage to help the other 4 Pokemon at this point. Alright, Rotom goes down, but an excellent performance by the Rotom, though. So it won't be a sweep, but, yeah. It's still going to be quite the performance. You know what? We'll go Gengar. I know it's frailer, but the Energy Ball should be enough to defeat Octillery, and if it's not, it's definitely going to be in the red at the very least. Octillery goes down to Gengar. Alright, unless something drastic happens, our first place team is looking like they're going to stay in first place. Pelipper against the world here. We're going to switch into Zapdos because there's not a whole lot it's going to be able to do to Zapdos. Now with that rain and Lantern being gone, we just one-shot it with Thunder. Oh, it's one chance. Was if it could have confused us. It did not. We're going to one-shot it with Thunder. right, another victory for the Shekel Squad. All right, so far this week they've been all these battles have been big differences. Not a poor lineup picked by the Shekel Squad, just they didn't really have anything to deal with the Rotom. Like, that's really what it came down to. Because theoretically they could have fought off the Zapdos with Lantern, but they couldn't get around. They had trouble getting around Rotom to get to Zapdos with Lantern. All right. 3 very quick battles. I don't think this next one will be that quick. I'd be surprised if it is anyway. We got the Fairmont Flygon at 3-1. And the Harper's Ferry Haunter at 3-1. Big battle here that's going to have a big say in the standings for by the end of this week. Instead of it being a team trying to fight to get back in the standings, these are 2 teams that are both very much doing well in the standings and need a win to continue doing so. Let's see. I believe my initial thought when I looked over his roster is I wanted to go Flygon. Well, I looked at it on paper. I'm saying. Looking at it now, I think we still go Flygon because it's going to be decent against all of the Pokemon. Like, even Azelf and Uxie, Mesprit, we can crunch while they're trying to nasty plot. So, like, and if those 2 do get out of hand, we have Ditto to potentially swing things back around. I like Starmie against Haunter. I like Suicune in a lot of these matchups. Latios, like, I think we're gonna be okay. So we're gonna lead with Flygon. And if I need to switch, I'll switch. I think we'll be fine. Okay, what do we got this time? What do we got in store? What are they leading with? Harper's Ferry Haunter going with the mascot pick first. We're also going with the mascot pick first. There's no way they're going to stay in. Like, there's no freaking way they're going to stay in. Crunch is good against Latios, Haunter, Mesprit, and Azelf. And it's neutral to Registeel. So I'm going to Crunch whatever the heck is going to come in there. If anything's coming in here. Are they going to do something? Okay, they stayed in. And we one-shot the Haunter. Okay. I think Haunter did have Destiny Bond on it. They might have been trying to do that and just didn't realize Haunter wasn't as fast as Flygon. That may have been what was going on there. Alright, Azelf. It almost always nasty plots. Do I risk it and go for Crunch, or do I switch out? It has Dazzling Gleam, I'm pretty sure, so if it does nasty plot, that could be bad, giving it that free turn and then trying to throw Latios out there. I think it has Energy Ball, which would be bad for Suicune and Starmie. I think I stay in and try to get the damage off. It might sack off Flygon, but that's my best shot to get some damage. Alright, it is nasty plotting, so I called that right. Dang, I was hoping it was Frailer. Okay. That's definitely going to one-shot me if I let it hit. What's his team again that he's got left? I don't think Suicune's going to help me out too much in this fight other than just being a pivot or a wall. If I take it out, even if it gets beat, Latios is going to... Well, I think it's actually... I don't remember if it's faster or not. We do have Ditto as an option. Latios potentially faster. I think we throw in Suicune. Come on, you're a tank. Don't die in one hit, please. Okay, took that a little better than I expected. It's probably going to go down to Energy Ball next, though. Let's go Ice Beam so we get a guaranteed hit if we get to attack. I did say if we got to attack. Okay. What do we got speed-wise here? 130, 120, 135. So Starmie's actually my fastest Pokemon, with the best chance to go first. It's most likely not going to outspeed the Mesprit, though. What about special defense? What are we looking at? 150, 195. Okay, let's put in Latios and hope that we can survive one Dazzling Gleam. All we need to do is survive one. If we can get lucky enough to survive one, we have a chance. Wow, we did not. Oh, critical. Of course it is. Okay. Yep, the game knew it. The game knew it couldn't defeat. Okay. The game knew it wasn't going to get it without that critical hit. I'm going to throw Ditto in there and hope for the coin flip. Come on, Ditto. Of course not. The game gets a critical hit and wins the coin flip, but Ditto survives. It hangs on. And we took out the Azelf. Oh, this could be bad for them. I thought for sure that was ball game with Ditto not going first. That's, that is interesting. I say we don't really have a whole lot we can do to Registeel, though. What do we got left here? I think they're both slower than Latios. So we got Latios, we got Registeel, and we got Mesprit. They should be faster than Mesprit, the both of them. The big debate is just, do I try to keep Ditto alive? Or do I do damage with it while I can here? I think I just do damage with it. Let's just get as much on there, on that Registeel as I can here. Not a lot, but that's also why I went for it, because Registeel is so defensive. Alright, Registeel knocks out Ditto. Alright, Flygon, let's go. I'm going to crunch, because I bet you they're going to switch because of my ground move. I guarantee you they're going to switch here. They're going to be like, haha, I'm pulling a fast one. Yep. Alright, they're switching, so I'm glad I didn't do Earth Power. Alright, they went with the... That's interesting, because it's not as bulky as the Latios. I don't think, anyway. Nope, of course I'm wrong again. Always am, apparently. Crunch is only going to do that much. I might have to go for Dragon Rush. See, 150 versus 160. But there's a chance to flinch. I'm going to go Crunch. Get the for sure damage. Because Starmie may still outspeed it. Oh, they went Nasty Paw. Okay. Well, we're faster then. Like, we're going to take it out. Okay. Build out. All right, Mesper goes down. All right, all right. What are they doing now? I don't really like that we're in this situation because I'd like to have Flygon for the Registeel. But if I switch, Starmie's going to get hit hard. All right, our hopes and dreams have to rely on Dragon Rush. I'm not sure I like that, but that's where we are. We have to hope we survive Dragon Pulse, and then we land Dragon Rush. We'll never know because we couldn't even survive the attack. That critical hit on Latios is what got us in this fight. That's unfortunate because I feel like we were good enough to win. Got some bad breaks like Ditto going second again on the coin. Ditto has gone second 3 times now on the coin flips this season out of 4. Like, so we're again unlucky with coin flips and then a poorly timed critical hit there on the Latios earlier. All right, we're gonna have to hope for Blizzard. It's gonna be faster than us, so it's gonna hurt us. And even no, I'm sorry, we are faster, but we're gonna miss, of course, because that's how this battle has played out so far. This is certainly not a case of the better team gonna win. This is a case of 2 very even teams, and one team is getting all the luck. Back to back, 70% Blizzard's missing. Wow. All right, well. I think I've got enough proof there to prove that wasn't a lack of skill on my part. That was, I mean, we missed 2 Blizzards. We went last on the coin flip. We had a critical hit on our most defensive Pokemon. Yeah, that's gonna do it. All right, that's a 2-0 win for the Haunter. Flygon after the strong start, we're not doing so hot. Yeah, that one leaves a bad taste in my mouth because I feel like I was in position to win and the game took it from me instead of me outright losing. All right, well, nonetheless, that's how Pokemon battles go sometimes. So unfortunately, I gotta live with that. Let's go on to the last matchup of the day, which is Nightmare AC and the Squirtle Squad. Now we're... All right, let's see here. I was told to lead Garchomp, I believe. I'm going to double check that before I completely pick the team, though. Yep, lead Garchomp. Okay. Alrighty. Well, we just go straight down the line here for the rest of them. I think that this one should be pretty easy for Nightmare. Garchomp can tear right through this team. Vaporeon's the only one that might survive a hit. And even then, if it misses Blizzard, Ice Beam, whatever it has, or doesn't get the job done, Garchomp beats it on the second turn. So I think Garchomp could pretty much fly through this team. Man, that last battle, though, still has left a foul taste in my mouth. I mean, that... We got ripped off for sure by the computer. I mean, we had a lot go wrong that the other side didn't have go wrong. But, as I said, that happens in Pokemon, so, gotta live with it. Alright, they stayed in and didn't switch. That's gonna be a dead intake. Okay, it barely held on. That's not gonna do much. And that's why I thought I went for Iron Tail. Alright, just Earthquake it again. Garchomp gets a knockout. Now, I will say that Iron Tail did do enough to put us in range to where something like an Ice Beam could beat us. Do we have anything in particular for the Vaporeon so we don't even have to risk it? Weak to water, though. Weak to water. Not great defenses. Swampert might actually be able to do something here. Now let's get Stealth Rock up, because I feel like they're going to switch a lot. A turn of no damage here. Rain Dance and Stealth Rock. That's funny. I don't Stealth Rock too often, but, like, their whole team is pretty much weak to rocks. Well, not weak to... The Flareon's weak to rocks, so, like, yeah. It has Water Absorb, I'm pretty sure, so we don't want Liquidation. We'll just go high horsepower. That's gonna hurt in the rain. Swampert tanks it, though. Do we have anything that could survive a Hydro Pump, or I think we're just gonna have to let Swampert go down here, but then we can put something else in that's fast enough to take it out in the next hit. Or if Hydro Pump misses, that would work too. Ah, there we go. Now see, I didn't get any of that from my opponent in the previous matchup. High horsepower again. Hope it misses again. It did not. Good job, though, by Swampert getting the Vaporeon down in the red. Now, see, that's one of those where in the stat sheet, it's going to look like, oh, well, Swampert didn't do anything. He got knocked out. But now we can put Garchomp back in, just like Garchomp Earthquake everything again. Yep, bye, Vaporeon. Espeon does have Dazzling Gleam, but I think Garchomp's faster. And if it was going to survive a hit, that Stealth Rocks, I think, just prevented that. It is faster, okay. But Garchomp is tanky enough it survives. Here comes the Earthquake. Espeon goes down. I get thrown off so much in these speed calculations because I continue to forget that there's no EVs and there's no EVs in this league. There's no training to like make your Pokemon good at a particular thing. So they're all just working with base stats. It's like, normally I might have trained my Garchomp to be faster than an Espeon, but in these circumstances, not the case. I'm pretty sure Raikou faster. I'm pretty sure it also has Aura Sphere. I'm also pretty sure it can't do a whole lot to Rotom. I don't want it to take out Garchomp just because it's faster. Because again, Garchomp can most definitely beat the Flareon. Alright, good choice. We'll just go Overheat. Yeah, like I said, it's not going to thunder the electric type. Good hit by the Rotom. Alright, we'll Volt Switch. Rotom survives. There's the Volt Switch. What do we want to put out there against this thing? Not Weavile because of the Aura Sphere. We'll protect, we'll detect, protect, whatever we got. Protect. So we can try to outspeed it next turn. Even if it outspeeds us, if it doesn't one-shot us, we should be in good shape. Alright, Blaze Kick. We are faster now. Blaziken will take out the Raikou. Alright, just Flareon left. Flareon's better than a lot of people give it credit for, but I don't think it's going to be able to pull through by itself here this time. Rock Slide's super effective, but could miss. And this team has had similar luck to what I had last battle, where like the 90s miss. So I'm just going to go close combat and get the damage on, because we got 3 other Pokemon in the back. Yep, there we go. Alright, that's a 4-0 win for Nightmare. So the matches today, 5-0, 5-0, 4-0, 2-0, 4-0. So only one close match. This is going to have quite an effect on the standings. We'll see how everything looks after I get that taken care of. I'll be right back with the updates. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm back from the break. So let's get these updated standings looked at. So, after all the stuff that happened today, I'm now first off 14-11 against the computer this season. Worst start I've ever had, so hopefully that gets better as we go. So there's our updated standings. Shuckle Squad still the remaining unbeaten team in first place. We got Harper's Ferry Haunter hanging out in second at 4-1. Mystic Magikarp at 3-1. And then we have a bit of a cluster here after that. We got Nightmare at 3-2, Squirtle Squad at 3-2, Flygon at 3-2, Garchomp at 2-2, Power at 2-2. So we have literally 5 teams there together. And then we've got Captain Spiro's crew, who, despite their struggles, only a game and a half. No, only 2 games out of the playoff race right now. Farfetch'd Gardening Club, also just a few games out of the playoff race. So, like, lots of time to turn things around. We played 10 games. Honestly, the way this thing is shaping up this season, I think the mark to make the playoffs is going to be anywhere from 5 to 6 wins. So, everyone still has a shot at making the playoffs. Some more so than others, but, like, no one has been eliminated yet. Everyone has a chance. And there's so many good Pokemon out there that can be added to teams. I know I might be thinking about a couple myself after how the Flygon have played the last couple weeks. So yeah, we'll see. So that's where that's where the standings are. As far as statistics for the Flygon, Latios still our leading knockout getter despite not doing anything this week. It was unfortunate it didn't get to do anything. That critical hit was it mattered. Without a crit, Latios likely survives in the red and is able to at least get some damage off on the Azelf, if not take it out. Ditto losing yet another coin flip. It did defeat its opponent, but it took damage it wouldn't have taken if it went first. And if it had full health, I wouldn't have left it in against Registeel. I could have taken it out and put it back in later. Flygon, good showing. It certainly was not why I lost. Suicune didn't do as much as I had hoped. And then Starmie, big letdown. Missed both Blizzard attempts. Didn't have anything making it less accurate like weather or anything like that. Just flat out missed both of its Blizzards. Very disappointing showing for the Flygon. Nightmare AC. Garchomp now with 12 knockouts, 3 faints after the sweep today. On the almost sweep today, sorry, it was a 4-0 victory. Blaziken looking strong. Rotom Heat did a good job. And Swampert doesn't have credit for a knockout, but again, it did some really good work against that Vaporeon. For the great Garchomp, Cresselia with a sweep. Now with 10 knockouts, 1 faint. Garchomp and Cresselia definitely running away with the number of knockouts. Zapdos also making a strong case for MVP this season. Power had a bye, so everything stayed the same for them. Alakazam out in front. Squirtle Squad. Scyther didn't play, and it is still their number 1 knockout getter. Entei, Raikou, and Jolteon all with a 3-2 ratio after that. Harper's Fairy Haunter. Registeel with 1 knockout today at 6-0 in its 2 appearances. Mesprit with 5-3. Latios with 4-1. Captain Spiro's crew. Pelipper still the leader with 4. Lantern with 3. I'd really like to see them give Gyarados more of a chance. They've only used it twice, despite it being the number 1 pick in our entire draft. But we'll see. Smooch 'em or lose 'em. Jinx, so far, is their only good Pokemon from a statistics standpoint, and they didn't even bring it this week. So, I don't know what's going on with Smooch 'em or lose 'em. Shuckle Squad, Zapdos, like I said, MVP candidate. 8 knockouts, 0 faints. Behind it, Poliwrath, Gengar, and Rotom all doing well. Articuno's done well when it showed up. So, they're looking like the number 1 team right now for good reason. Mystic Magikarp, Lucario now with 5 knockouts after not having an appearance technically before this week. Yeah. This team also very balanced. Lucario, Moltres, Ninetales. It's a good looking team. There might be a reason I had those 2 as 1 and 2 to start the season. The Farfetch'd Gardening Club, just some unlucky breaks for them. They really didn't have a whole lot on their roster they could do to try to challenge the Cresselia. Their best bet would have been if Clefable could have maybe got the first Calm Mind. Lopunny could have maybe gone in and done some physical damage to it. They're really just hoping for critical hits to get the job done, and just unfortunately, despite using moves that had a high critical hit ratio, didn't get the crits. Yeah. Well, before I move on to the schedule for next week, I want to inform all of our viewers there has been a proposed playoff change in our league. In the past, we did a 2-game series where both teams got a possession, so to say, a turn with me being the person running their team. And if that series tied 1-1, instead of it being a 2-0 result, If it tied 1-1, we went by the higher seed won. Or we would go by the point differential in the tournament. Like, in that particular matchup. Instead of that, the idea has been floated out that if it's a 1-1 tie, we take the benches, so the 5 Pokemon not playing, and do a Game 3, one bench versus the other bench, with me controlling the higher seed. I don't know if it'll pass or if we'll continue to do what we were already doing, but that is on the table, and I'm discussing it with the managers of the other teams to see what they think about the matter. Alright. Let's go ahead and see what these matchups look like for next week. For week 6, the Fairmont Flygon will play at home against Smooch 'em or Lose 'em. Nightmare AC will play at home against Captain Spiro's crew. Great Garchomp will play at home against the Shuckle Squad. And the Pokemon Power will play at home against Mystic Magikarp. Squirtle Squad will get their bye week for the season. And the Harper's Ferry Haunter will play on the road, meaning they'll be the computer, against the Far-Fetched Gardening Club. So, those will be our matchups next week. If you liked what you saw here today, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, all that YouTube nonsense. And I'll see you guys again next time with Week 6 of the Pokemon Switch Draft League. See you then. Bye-bye.